All right. I think we're live. Testing, testing. One, two. Cool. Let's get to it. We're going to be doing some more Demon's Souls today. We're going to be doing the expanded mod, of course. This time I made sure we're on the latest version 5.5.1, which was released just 2 days ago on the 10th. On March 10th, Mario Day, right? Mar 10? Yeah. We're gonna get to it. Where we had left off. One quick sec. Yeah, that's fine. Where we had left off, we'd finished 5-1. We finished all of the first stages from each world. We even went so far as to finish 2-3. And now usually at this point, even in my casual runs, I'm kind of at a loss of where to go. They're all about equally difficult in my opinion. 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, and 1-3. But we will go ahead with 1-3, I think. Maybe we're a little under-leveled for it. But that seems to be the way to go for me, at least. And I'm excited to see what they've added in the mod to this level. Here we are spawning in at the Tower Knight Archstone. We go into this plaza. We'll be attacked by some dogs. What a gruesome sight, by the way. This one's always That was pretty shocking when I saw it during my first playthrough. All the corpses and blood everywhere, and the fire behind the fountain. Very striking visually. Should probably equip some healing, huh? Also psyched me out seeing the wagons with the dogs inside. Of course, they don't break out and attack you, but with all of the traps and ambushes in the game up to this point, I couldn't blame you for assuming that they would. The Bloody Iron Key that we got from the added route in 1-2 comes in handy here. We can access the tower where Yuria the Witch is being held. Now, normally we'd have to go most of the way through this level to access her tower, but now we can just go straight to it. Got on this really narrow alleyway. Again, Demon Souls really loves their tight spaces. And here we are at a location not very many players, at least ones that don't know about Yuria the Witch and all that, come to. It's this lonely tower on the outskirts of the castle town back there. Let's make our way inside. If I recall, the only enemies are two fat officials at the top of this stairway. Let's head on up. I think I hear him. Oh, no, I'm mistaken. There is one fat official up on this sort of drawbridge, draw staircase kind of thing. We got two rings, the Ring of Magical Nature and the Ring of the Accursed, which I believe are here in vanilla. But in order to actually have the fat official up there drop the staircase and allow us up, we have to disguise ourselves as one of his kind with a top hat, helmet, equipment that drops from a different fat official elsewhere in the level, if I'm not mistaken. So two rings, that's a pretty good boon. I couldn't blame you for assuming that's the only treasure to be found in the tower. Look at that little out of bounds area over there. Intriguing. But we can incorporate an alternate route here. That might be interesting if they could incorporate maybe just a little ramp to take you over the railing here and have a little excursion around that out of bounds area. Might be cool. Go back through the narrow alleyway. I think I missed a pickup. If I take a left turn here. And is this a trap? I don't recall. No, thankfully. I would have been ill-equipped to fight one of those assassin enemies at this point. Would not have been ready for him. Make our way up here. I've already triggered the ambush, the flaming ball ambush, so I don't have to worry about that. Do have to worry about these Bolitarian soldiers up here. Quite high level, quite strong compared to the ones we were fighting just one level earlier in 1-2. Oh, that's of course because they block off your progression to this level until after you've defeated an archdemon in the final level of one of the other worlds. But you knew that already. Ooh. Now we'll just go for crescent moon, half moon, and late moon. Okay. Good little spread of various levels of healing items there. We'll use them efficiently because they are in limited supply here. There's our nemesis, that fat official that closed the gate on us. We'll have to take the long way around to reach him. Is that a new drop? Hard to tell, hard to tell. Oh, little glitch right there, little glitched item gibs. Or jibs. They're called, it's pronounced jibs. Ooh. Okay. There's a better ring I could have here than the Cling Ring, which does nothing when I'm in human form. I will... Well, I suppose the Ring of Great Strength, so I can get my fast roll going. And... well, the Ring of Insight. Ring of Insight they've added in this mod, so maybe I can get a few more item drops. Some healing drops specifically from these soldiers. Make our way down. See our first, I believe they referred to as spies, the Bolitarian spy. Or something. Gotta heal up. These guys hit hard. Block his attack. And then... oh, no, not like that, not like that. He's got 1 HP. Okay. Gotta get my groove back. Got his throwing dagger. Is it always referred to as a secret throwing dagger? Now I don't even know. Unbelievably evil looking. What a description. Go around, take out the crossbowman. Oh man, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh, that did not stun him. That did not stun him at all. I'm in a bad spot. I'm in a really bad spot. See, he's invisible. He's glitching out a little. He's flashing. All right. Little emulator quirkiness. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Oh, with the trap. The trap that was meant for me. Little friendly fire. And I believe the trap that I thought I was getting myself into in the earlier alleyway, I believe that is the trap. It's got a similar look to it. You could excuse me for confusing the two. That's the trap. I can say with certainty that that I was just looking at was the trap. There's a red eye knight in here, a red eye knight, not a blue eye knight. And there is a blue eye claymore wielding, a two-handed sword wielding. I don't know if it's specifically a claymore. I can stagger him with a one-handed R2. He's red-eyed. Oh no! This is a bad spot. This is a really bad spot. Can I get them to hurt themselves on that ball? Possibly. Have they gone invisible like the... Yeah. Okay. Feels like cheating. Oof. And there's a soldier. Nothing to worry about now. Okay, so now that I've taken out that red-eye knight, I can talk to the Dregling merchant. Should be in here somewhere. Oof. How? He is here. Oh, there he is.
We meet again. Hope you find something that suits.
What do we have? Late Moongrass, Kunai, Fire Bombs, that Jar of Flies item again. Everything else seems to be as usual. That's fine. I don't need any of that right now. I just gotta make my way to the end of the level. Or at least... Oh, Greatsword. Alright. Make our way to the... At least opening up of that gate that the Fat Official had closed on us. It's a pretty good shortcut. And then we can come back to this level maybe when we're a little better prepared. Oh, he comes down. Whew, those guys hit hard. Maybe I can go back into this little passageway. He's got an axe. I've got an ability shortage. Oof. Got the Lancer rifle, which has been implemented as a crossbow in this mod. You can buy it from Blacksmith Ed in the Nexus. It does seem to be quite strong. Oh, that actually hurts more than I thought it would, considering I've got the fire armor on. Just nearly dropped down into that little spot. I do want to get around him. Now it says ability shortage. It didn't earlier when I bought the weapon, although I've updated the mod since then. Maybe the required parameters have been changed in the mod, in the update to the mod, possibly. In any case, it still seems to be working fairly well. Does about as much damage as my one-handed light attacks. Took him out, nearly dying in the process, but I took him out. Let's grab his loot and continue on. The Iron Ring of Keys. Did he always drop that? Let's see what that is. They all look the same. Is this the key that gets us into the prison cell area in 1-2? Possibly. I really want to take these guys out. Let me get a backstab on him. Oh, there is a soldier with a sword. Gotta get away from that. So far, so good. Knock him down. And we got one more. That fall doesn't kill. So he's just gonna hang out down there. At least he can't really shoot us. Got 2 spears, 1 sword, 2 crossbows. They really don't let up in this one. Should probably equip like some fire bombs or something. Am I trapped here? Yes, I am. That was close. That was really close. They can't climb ladders. I had not considered that. And then just the sword. I'm already overburdened. It's got some kind. He dropped some kind of weapon. Let me equip my Ring of Herculean Strength, and we can collect it. A winged spear, a rare drop from one of them. Wow. Not that I'm gonna use it. Still no sight of an added route so far. Must be up in that long road leading up to the boss somewhere. Some of that classic Demon Souls slow-paced, methodical combat. Looks like a door would be here, but There isn't one. Another trap, another classic Demon Souls trap. And a spear knight, a spear soldier with no shield. Makes him easy pickings. Alright, what's going on up here? Business as usual. There's another armored knight with a two-handed sword. Want to stay away from those archers, though. Those crossbowmen. Get him with the stab attack. Easy as that. Get some grass from a trouble. Gotta go. A lot of close calls, a lot of close calls here. These guys hit hard. Keep our health topped off. We're close to it. What do we have here? I remember when I first played this game, again, back in 2015, a little late to the party, but the servers were still online. I was invaded one time in my first playthrough, and it was right here. It was in 1-3. The guy chased me around for a bit, and we ended up in this square. Thankfully, I had killed most of the enemies by that point, so there weren't any to interfere with our duel. But the guy had the butcher's knife, that saps HP and hits quickly and drains. No, I already said saps HP, and it can stun lock you. So I was very not prepared to fight someone using a meta weapon like that. Didn't end well for me. We see our first added element. We see a little slanted ladder taking us over the slip, and we can come down. I don't want to drop there. Well, we can walk on the railing and go around to drop that isn't as scary. Block this part off. We can go over here. This is all new. This is all new playable area. It's based on an out-of-bounds location. Got a shield spearman walking into the wall. Oh, he's healing, he's healing. Took him out. Interesting, interesting. I can't see how I'm getting back up from there, so I'm not gonna go down just yet. Let's go this way. Take the ladder ramp down. And there is some kind of building there. Look at that. Another ramp. There's an axe and shield wielding soldier. Again, running into the wall. Not much can be done about that, I'd assume. And is this a dead end? I don't see any way to progress past here. It's a rare and impressive view of the gate. The tip of that crag, underneath of which sits the throne room. Okay, I think it's time to drop down here. Point of no return. Got 2 crossbowmen I might want to take out first. Maybe I can get them with the rifle? That's smart, that's smart. Waste my new moon grass. Gotta check the skill requirements that have been instated for this one now. I think the reason I've got so much end lag on my shot is because I've got that ability shortage. Okay, took him out fairly painlessly. Now let's jump down there and get the spearman. Alright. I hear more shots being fired. And that is an interesting little set piece right there. What's all this about? It's another ladder leading us back towards the main level. It's just that guy, huh? I hope so. I'm not gonna be ambushed here. Oh, okay, that's... Oh, well, I understand where I am now. This is the area we traversed when I was kiting around those two Red-Eye Knights. We're up here. I never much considered this area when thinking about out-of-bound spaces that could be made playable in this mod. Little out of the box right there. And then we have area where I don't think I'd like to drop down into. Can we climb up? Can we vault up onto this? No, it doesn't seem like it. Something just died, granting me souls. I'm gonna head back up the ladder ramp. And let's see. I'll go back here. I'll go back towards the level and see how it's been integrated. How did I miss this when I was passing through? I guess I just didn't look to my left and slightly up. I wouldn't have even had to look up. It's just right there, almost at the camera's level when you're passing by. Okay, and that will get us this item, this drop, which I thought, oh, is that new? It must be new because it connects here. It connects here where it didn't before. Oh, I did not see that guy. Hiding in the shadows. I guess we're going over here? Don't want to fall off of that. Such a vibrant neon green on that texture. That really pops. Especially when you got it so close to the camera. Got some wonky UVs on the corner here, some wonky texturing. And oh, it's completely oof. Taking fire. Invisible. When he went and fell down. Alright. So I think with adding this part of the level, we saw the same issue with an invisible enemy right below us. I think it's considering the enemies that are right next to us is much further away, and thus it disables their rendering and also makes them move at a much slower frame rate, because I noticed my targeting reticule was sort of jumping around. That is a new weapon, the Assassin's Dagger. It looks much like the secret throwing dagger, but larger. Now I wonder, will it give us the same moveset as those assassins? Let's equip it and find out. Let's read the description. Curved dagger used by Bolitarian assassins. I knew that. I knew that's what they were called. A slashing weapon that inflicts heavy damage on soft flesh, but Hasa, little typo there, easy to miss, little typo, has a limited effect on metal armor and hard scales naturally as a slashing weapon would. Daggers are then on the boilerplate about how daggers are effective after parrying. They do more damage from critical strikes. And then I was going to equip it and look at the moveset. Close my menu without doing that. Equip the dagger. That's your standard dagger moveset. Moves quick. Does it have poison? No poison. Well, the enemy doesn't poison you when it attacks, so it probably shouldn't, huh? Alright, interesting stuff. I like this little side area. It's quite nice. It's in an area you wouldn't expect, rather than I was thinking of, somewhere along the main path. This is more off to the side. You get to see a part of the level from a new perspective, which I like. The encounters are passable. I mean, it's more of the same of what you see in the vanilla level. And there's a new weapon at the end of it. Yeah, great. Great addition. I like this one. Let's get back here, try and avoid that enemy hiding in the corner. And we'll plop down onto the main path again. Just a little minor setback. We'll just run through the level as normal and get back to where we were. I can even drop down here and collect. Full disclosure, I did play through just a little bit of this level to collect some healing grass. So I did collect that item drop already. So the thing about this playthrough, exploring the mod. Oh, that guy. I forgot he was still there, but invisible. It's one of the things about this playthrough that I'm doing with this mod is that I'm looking a lot closer, taking my time with a lot of stuff. And so I'm running out of healing grass a lot more. And I feel obliged to farm it off stream so you're not watching me farm it, which would probably be very boring. Let us head back up to the top. And like I said, at the very least, I just want to open up that shortcut path, and then we can probably leave the level. Is that a new item drop? No, it's not new. Can't afford to be distracted by stuff like that. I think I can just drop down here, take out the guy. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just open up the shortcut, and then we can leave. We can do, I don't know, 3-2 after this. Equip a weapon that actually does damage. Oof, that smarts. And then he's gonna block my way out. Oh, and then we gotta save Ostrava. There he is. Surrounded by a bunch of Red-Eye Knights. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. These guys will be easier to take out than the fat official. He's going after Ostrava. He's gonna kill him. It's over. No, it's just getting started. Ostrava's taking damage and dealing damage. We gotta get back there. We gotta get back to Ostrava. Gotta save him.
Thank you for rescuing me.
I didn't rescue you yet. Oh no, oh no, oh no. The official's behind me. Yes! 2 versus 1.
This is now.
Got the shard of... Oh, didn't get a shard. I got the entire pure clear stone. I think I was going for a quality build at the beginning, so that's probably good to have. I would like to upgrade my weapons a little more. Now seeing how pitiful, how, how pitifully low my damage output is. There, take him out, take him out. Get him with the backstab. We're double teaming him, me and Ostrava, bros for life. Ooh, that was about to come down on me. That might have one-shot me. Ostrava knows to wait for the opening. There's the official's cap, with which we can save. We can save the Witch Uria. Which, I don't know, I just like to do. I like to have the warm, fuzzy feeling of saving the witch. Even though I'm in no position to use magic on this playthrough. If this game were more popular, she would be a very popular character, I believe. I hope Ostrava doesn't get himself killed while I'm not looking. Gotta put on my top hat, gotta dress to impress. What an esoteric mechanic that you have to put on. It doesn't even tell you this anywhere either. You have to put on the Fat Official's hat at this precise spot where you would assume you've already reaped the entire reward of 2 rings. Rings are very hard to come by in this game. And then he will lower the gate and unlock an entirely new NPC character for you. How strange. This guy's gonna be a pain to beat. Actually, he's quite easy. It's the height difference. I think a lot of... You saw this earlier when I was battling that assassin who was doing the kick attacks. They would go right over my head because I was lower on the staircase than him. The enemy's attacks don't really accommodate for height differences like they might do in a later Souls game. And there we have the Crescent Axe, not to be confused with an axe infused with the Crescent upgrade. And there's Uria.
What do you want with me?
Oh yeah, she's mad because she thinks I'm still a fat official. She still thinks I'm a fat official because I'm wearing the hat. There we go.
Heavens, you...
That's funny too. That's a funny little
Save
reaction.
me.
Interaction.
Thank you. With a little...
Okay.
You go on ahead.
And then she will appear at the Nexus when we warp out. I think I'll just walk out and take the Archstone back so that she returns to the Nexus and hopefully Ostrava will be safe and return to the Nexus too. I don't want him walking around out here potentially getting killed by enemies before I can get his final reward and finish his quest line. So let us head back up to the Archstone. I know it's also probably not feasible with the state of modding tools right now, but like my little this would be cool suggestion to the mod creator would be to have, again, my fear from my first playthrough come true, where the wolves actually do burst out of these wagons. That would be cool to see. It's probably not feasible in the current state of Demon's Souls modding, but I'm just throwing it out there. Alright. Back to the Nexus. Oh, Sir Awesome in the chat. No way. What a coinky dink. Yo, what's going on, dude? Yeah, I'm having a great time with the mod. I really like it. Thank you for making it. I'm glad to be able to tell you in some kind of real-time communication. Very good stuff. Like what you're doing. back to the game. Might as well spend these souls. We love spending souls here. Where's that maiden in black?
Thou seekest then touch the soul of the mind, key to life's
Vitality.
meaning.
Wow, really? Only 741 souls required to level up? I got 20k. I need health.
Strength be granted so the world might be mended.
I need a ton of health.
World might be mended.
I've been ignoring that. And we also want some dex. Some endurance. Gotta have endurance. Was I really this low level before? Could have sworn I leveled up a bunch and then, of course, the game auto-saves. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Also, yeah, let's do the final dialogue with the crestfallen soldier so I can reap his soul on next load. And actually, I'm just gonna quit out. Bio break, be back in like 30 seconds. I'm gonna quit out so the area will reload and I'll get a soul. Sir Awesome saw my suggestion. Wow, okay, now at bio break first. I'll be right back. And here we are. Here we are, right? I didn't accidentally mute my mic. Everything looks normal on OBS, so let us continue. And well, that's great to hear. Glad to hear that Sir Awesome is always open to suggestions or improvements. And I do like providing feedback. So let's continue. We're gonna load back into the Nexus, grab that soul drop. Oh. Yeah, portrait looks a little different. Huh. I wonder how the game does it just like take a game camera screenshot of your player model for the load screen portraits, I mean. Inconsequential. Let me grab the soul. We'll pop back into 1-3 actually because I want to see if that rusted iron keyring does open up. The lower part of 1-2 where we can rescue Bior of the Twin Fangs. I believe it is Bior and not Valorfax. I think Valorfax is nowhere to be seen. Killed by Executioner Moralda and had his armor dropped into the sewers is the idea. Right, And open up the door. Bingo! That is the key. Let's descend downwards and rescue Bjor, the sleepy fella. There is a fat official in here. Make sure he doesn't get me. Whew, that was close. That was so close. These guys' fireball must not be pure fire damage, because I'm taking a lot of damage from the fireball despite wearing the flame plate armor. It's like how infamously in Dark Souls 3, the environmental lava, would deal physical damage and not fire damage. They screwed that up after so many games under their belt. I have to imagine they probably would have done the same for some attacks in this game, their very first stab at it. Another Iron Ring of Keys. And Crystal Lizard. I don't recall if this leads to an ambush. I'm just gonna chase him. I want that ore. Large chunks. Large shard and a chunk. There are no large chunks. And the Tower Lance and Tower Shield. I gotta drop all this stuff off at Thomas. I'm gonna become over-encumbered even with the Ring of Herculean Strength. There's the dragon, there's the little town. Now that we've updated, I'd like to go back to the little town too, actually. Before I would, there was the issue with the floor plane being lower than the visual representation of the floor in the town, and I couldn't get up onto the fountain in the square where that item drop was. There's nothing in here, right? And there's Bjor. Please tell me it's Bjor and I have not made a fool of myself. Nice brushwood armor. What? He's mad at me? He's calling me a soul-starved abomination. But why? What have I done? Do I have bad character tendency? What am I doing differently in this run to make him mad at me? That's odd. I guess I'm doing a lot differently in this run, so it's hard to pinpoint one precise thing, but I've never seen him get mad at me. Huh. New stuff, new and fun, eye-opening experiences in one of my favorite games. We'll run back and shoot down the dragon using the ballista. Gotta showcase all these cool new features in this mod. What am I looking at? Oh yeah. Fire defense 276. Yeah, it's not the ludicrous like 600 that it was in the previous patch. Maybe it's been balanced. I'm too used to it being some kind of broken, ridiculous value. Any road. I'll lure the dragon out. That's probably not good, because I'm not going to be able to outrun him going towards him. I'll just run for it. I'll just make a run for it. Take these guys out before they chase me. Dregling. Okay, operate the ballista. Ah. I pressed cross instead of, I presume, one of the attack buttons. That's the one. Takes a bit to reload, so we want to time it right. Okay. In any case, we're in a good spot to get him. He's coming down this way. That seemed to do quite a bit of damage. It says I have 0 arrows. I just noticed that arrow counter. Oh, that killed him! That killed him in one hit. Nice. Now, as far as implementing a way to kill the dragon, like how the devs would do it, of course, that's not how they would do it at all. Demon Souls would make you feel completely helpless in trying to defeat the dragon. It is very cathartic, though. It feels great. Just knock him out in one hit like that. Was almost scared to run out onto the bridge in fear of getting flamed, but then I realized I had just killed the dragon in one hit. Let's go to town. Let's go down into town. Down in there. The soul can be used to get new spells, so it has an actual use. Oh, great! That's great. I'm presuming from Witcheria, she would be the one to provide the spell from the Red Hot Dragon's Soul. Red Hot. No, or the Red Dragon's Soul. Go down the ladder. We'll just drop down. Ladders are so slow in this game. We'll just drop. Take the little pip of damage there and run down. Well, naturally, the killing the dragons, both of them, seemed sort of like an unintended thing, an unintended action that you could take in the original game, because it was so it was just peculiar that you had to shoot the dragon with a bow a couple hundred times while it went on its little loop around the bridge, which made it so obvious that it's like, I'm going nowhere with this. It takes you out of the experience to sit down and grind out killing the dragons. Kind of makes them less scary, less imposing, seeing that they're basically just programmed to do one thing over and over. Take us down. Again, I am in love with this concept of going to this little far view of this town. It is my favorite thing about this mod thus far. It is something I used to like have dreams about and stuff. Oof. I don't think I'm gonna fight this guy right now. But again, yeah, the object that was placed here to make this area walkable, it's offset from the graphics, from the intangible view of the ground that you get from on top of the bridge where you're supposed to be. And now it would be a lot of work, I would imagine, to line it up perfectly and like add other cuboids that line up with the buildings, what the buildings should collide, how the buildings should collide, but I'm just stoked at all to just be down here and run through these streets. It is a little nerve-wracking that the enemies can see you through the buildings and run through the buildings and attack you when I'm trying to like have some semblance of this being an actual physical space. There's an item pickup I grabbed before. And y'all gotta excuse me for not having a multi-monitor setup. I can't easily view the chat um, without minimizing the game window, which I'm terrified to do right now with the potential of getting attacked and killed while in human form with 11,000 souls. Here's the square, here's the Black Phantom Knight, and the same issue I had where because the plane below doesn't line up with the graphical representation of the floor, I can't get up onto the square. I can't be near that really cool low poly fountain, and I can't grab that item pickup. Just a little gripe with this otherwise amazing. Oh, look at that view! Look at that view of the bridge of the King's Road up there. Incredible, incredible. Love that. And then there's a copy of the Tower Knights Arena where a Red Phantom boss. You never see a Red Phantom boss in these games. It's a wholly new synthesis of existing. Oop, a wholly new synthesis of existing mechanics. Very imposing, very imposing to see a Red Phantom powered up version of the next level's boss in a given level. Do a quick little peep under the floor, and here we are. I am gonna run from this guy. Gonna give him the Tower Knight special. I collected his armor in a previous stream, which is now delisted. Oh, this seems new. The statues. And that copy of King Alant's throne up there. And the body where a item drop for the Penetrator's armor was. Oh, no way. On my version of RPCS3, all the floor and buildings have collision. Well, that would be great. That would be wonderful. I am not on real hardware. I'm on RPCS3. Actually, let me check. Let me have a little look. I am on Linux. I'm on Arch Linux. I have the RPCS3 Flatpak, which is a version. Let me open up the Discover store here. Yeah, what a plebeian way to check your version to go onto the GUI. All real Arch Linux users do it from the terminal, but here I am. Installed RPCS3 version 0.0.34-1 on FlatHub on Linux. I'm aware. I'm aware that the vast majority of RPCS3 players, of home computer users run Windows, and I don't blame you for not accounting for such a niche use as my Linux. Um, but that is quite strange. That is quite strange that it would differ between OSs, or I suppose just emulator versions like that. Hmm, it does happen on real hardware. Wow. This version of the emulator must be very advanced, must be real hardware accurate. I'm joking, of course. I do not believe that this version of the emulator is any better than any other version that works. Um, I am so scared of that guy. Can I just snipe him for like 20 minutes while I read the chat? That'd be fun. Have a little sit down with Sir Awesome while I spam R1 at this guy. This is a great view too, from the bottom of the valley. Oh, of course. Of course. Hmm. Well, did I remember to bring my shard of Archstone? Yes, good. I'm just gonna go home. I know the Archstone is right there, but I'm kind of scared of this guy. Here we are back at the Nexus. We get a couple of levels.
Into life's ether.
Gotta have my health.
I'll be
Oh, the texture. The texture on my helmet. Hmm, it's gotten a little wonky. Same for the, no, that's the only piece. It's the only piece that's gone strange. Re-equip it? Oh, don't know what that's about. We'll chalk it up to an emulator bug. Let's do... I did spoil myself a little with 3-2 as well. Let's do 3-2. Wait, let's drop off all our stuff. Let's not be over encumbered and drop off our stuff with Thomas. We'll keep that great sword. Put away the tower lance, the winged spear, slave shield, and the 30 weight unit tower shield, one of the heaviest things in the entire game. Put away our stylish hat. And I think we're good. I should probably upgrade a weapon as well. Don't think I have the required mats though for that. I can upgrade my Grass Crest shield. Get a little bit greater guard break reduction. And one more thing. Check the stat requirements on the Lancer rifle. 18 faith? That's odd. That is faith, right? I'm not being the Demon Souls noob. That's faith with the two little lines. An odd choice for a futuristic weapon to require faith. Do the Gears of War guys, are they like religious? Oh yeah, as soon as you mention the issue with the armor files and their compression, it shows up. I think it looks neat. I think it kind of looks neat, actually. I'm gonna cope, and I'm gonna say it looks neat. And we're gonna run through, and we're gonna see the cut third tower. That's what I spoiled myself on. I read the patch notes for them for one of the versions of the mod, and it was telling me that they added the third tower. That, well, you can see there's three chains holding up the big organ in the central tower, and normally you break two of the chains and it falls down. You presume that the third chain fell down from. Can't get over how stupid I sound while I say that. Um, and you assume that the third chain falls down because it's the only one left to support that huge organic thing, whatever that is. But in this one, I guess we go to the third tower directly and possibly break that third chain. I'm excited to see it. This level is like legit terrifying. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. And it's got one of the hardest bosses. This level exemplifies Demon Souls for me. This level is Demon Souls. Ooh. I've never played this game with a headset on, and I am just now hearing the heartbeats of the large organ in the central tower, and it's psyching me out. I'm playing poorly. I'm so psyched out that it's affecting my playing. This is like a little mini version of the boss at the end of the level. You have two gargoyles, they fly around, they stab you, there's a central fire. Even got a ranged attack. They even annoyingly run away. At least they don't have a charge attack that can knock me off. That would be truly terrible. The most hidden of the areas and the most easy to miss, eh? I guess we'll have to be very thorough. I am usually quite thorough in my vanilla playthroughs. In this one I am playing a little more fast and loose. Because I am streaming, yes, that's a big reason, is because I'm streaming this run, and it's not for my personal enjoyment. Which isn't to say I'm not enjoying this very much, I am. This is great. But I do have to be mindful of potential viewers, especially a viewer that created this mod. The pressure's on a little bit. And I've said a couple times that this is one of my favorite games. I better put my money where my mouth is. I better play properly, and such. Gotta strike that balance between good gameplay and being an entertaining host, being an entertaining streamer. Right, let us continue on towards the first tower. These guys are strong against magic, aren't they? It's a bad idea to be using a split damage magic weapon here. I kinda want the Flamberge. I always grab the, for whatever reason, I always grab the Flamberge and I never use it. Maybe I'll use it, maybe I'll use it. This is the run that I use the Flamberge. It does bleeding damage, right? It does a bleeding status effect. Just notice those little mottled bricks in the floor right there. Is that supposed to be like a subtle warning that there is no floor ahead? It is quite hard to see in the darkness in this level. Yeah, they're here too. That's FromSoft's little concession, like the charred bodies on the bridge in Dark Souls 1. That's so all the fanboys can point and say, look, they did tell you that there's a deadly trap here, you just weren't paying enough attention. That's me, I say that. Pressure is on. Oh, don't even worry about it, Sir Awesome. This is crazy, complicated stuff. PS3 ROM hacking. You can't even really call it ROM hacking because it's not a ROM. It's a collection of files in a folder. Stuff that I couldn't possibly wrap my head around. Well, maybe I could if I tried. I just passed a certification exam today. I'm a certified guy who knows what a switch and a router and computer network are guy. So just a basic entry level cert, trying to turn my life around. Trying to get a real job, as they say. Ooh, the Augite of Soul, the Augite of Guidance. Actually, the Augite of Souls is the little thing around your waist. Underneath that little plate. Can't really see it. Scary leap down. And we're gonna meet up with the cool friend, the not at all evil guy.
To fight the demon, if so, I am on.
Let him free.
Thank you. I will remember this. I am certain. I will.
Okay. Exhausts his dialogue, and we're going into the swamp. Going into one of two swamps in this game. Courtesy of Hidetaka Miyazaki, the swamp fetishist. Started with no knowledge at all. That kind of reminds me of when I very briefly got into Super Mario 64 ROM hacking. I started, well, I wouldn't say from no knowledge at all because you use Blender, I know Blender. You use C, at least now that decomp is available, you use the C programming language, which I know quite well. I don't know it quite well. I know it enough. And it's a very simple language, so really anyone could get into that quite easily. But yeah, it's great it's fun to create stuff. It's fun to create stuff based on a property or franchise or idea that you like. I suppose I was a little... Oh, these guys drop magic charges now. So is magic useful in this area? Maybe there's like a cool lore reason why they do. Well, they're Latria something something secret society something something soul arts. So then they use magic charges. Is the lore that they were imprisoning soul art users at the Prison of Hope? My grasp on the finer points of the lore are very tenuous. Even though it's one of my favorite games, I keep saying. I'm gonna go with that justification why these guys drop magic charges is because they were Latrian prisoners who were imprisoned for using the soul arts. Love that imagery, by the way. Berserk, guy on the wagon wheel, all strung up. Love the imagery of tortured men. No, not like that. I was trying to say earlier, I was disappointed with these enemies in the base game. In the base game, I was quite disappointed that they go down so easy. They take so long when their tail is cut at half health, just stuck in that animation where you can just demolish them. You don't even get to really appreciate like their attacks or their movement or stuff like that. Magic charge, Dark Moon Grass. Let me read the item description for the magic charge actually. I got a lot of soul items. Ceramic vessel, wax seal, large explosion of magic. Okay. So no like little lore flavor, just straight to the point. Like a lot of item descriptions in Demon's Souls, it's accurate to the vanilla game in that regard. Coming up to the staircase with the Mind Flayer. This part kind of makes me clench a little. I am quite scared of the Mind Flayers. Can easily stun you and then kill you, and I'm pretty deep into the level without having activated any kind of shortcut. Is there really even a shortcut in this level? Just dropping the giant organ can take you straight to the boss, so I suppose that's the shortcut. But you don't get that until the very end. This guy is also very scary because he's a Red Phantom. Oof, that hit. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, get me out of here. Oh, the tentacle's gonna block me, isn't it? This kind of haphazard their use of the Red Phantom effect in this game. Like, why is this guy all of a sudden... Nice backstab, nice backstab. Why is he all of a sudden a Red Phantom? Wonder if there is some secret or even cut lore implication to the Red Phantom visual effect. Use the charges, they stun? Okay, I gotta know that. I gotta... I'll equip them, I'll equip them. And if I find myself in a bind, I'll use them. I might as well use them, and ostensibly the reason that people might be watching this is to see the new stuff in the mods, so I should demonstrate. Think of the viewers, Mo. Oh yeah, that was right in my ear too. With the headset, it's a world of difference. A lot of people don't, but I never really appreciated like sound in games. I appreciated music a lot. I appreciated music enough to learn how to play like instrument, well, you know, to be interested enough to buy musical instruments and attempt to play them a couple times a week, but never really like sat down and gave sound design, sound effects a proper listen. I wonder what kind of sound effects libraries they use to make this game. Need my crescent. Don't want to waste the late when I can just use a crescent. Also, it never really occurred to me before, but I'm running around the base of the central tower right now, aren't I? That's why we can see all of the tendrils from the organ. Am I right on that? Ooh. Oh, it does stun, like actually, it puts them in a new animation and stops them from moving. Ooh. Of course, I always, no little textured bricks there, so the elevator is coming, right? There's no little textured bricks there, so there's no warning for that sudden drop. Oh, I hear it. Just missed it. Figures. FromSoft did not warn me about the drop. Artificial difficulty. Come on, guys, you gotta admit. Hidetaka Miyazaki, more like Hidetaka hack. He's a hack. He's a hack fraud, as they say. That's quick. That's a very tight window to get on. And I was joking. I was joking. Do not take my words out of context. We love Miyazaki. We love Demon Souls. And at least now we'll have the shortcut. Even though I'm pretty sure I missed the path to the third tower, I was not very thorough in my investigation here. And now it will be quite hard to see. Now it will be quite hard to see the third tower because it doesn't have the glowing effect because the chain is broken. So, I guess it's another pass through the level for me. This is the Archstone. Criminy, I can't see a thing. Okay. So. Where am I even? That's the Archstone. So straight ahead will be the central tower. Yeah, there it is. I see the spiral staircase and everything. We go down these stairs. And that's one of the towers that we go to. That, I believe, is a vanilla tower. And that far tower is the added tower, if I'm not mistaken. I may be quite mistaken. I forgot about that. Guy nearly pushed me off. No, that far tower is the tower you go to when you get up these stairs. Oh, I'm all turned around. Drop from the ledge at the central tower. You are in the right spot. Look down. Can't possibly be. There's a delay on my stream, I know that. It can't possibly be here. I remember there was an item drop when you dropped down somewhere nearby. Is it off of this ledge? I'm gonna cheat and ask the mod creator. Is it this ledge that I drop onto to access the added content? Right down there on that ring. So, all right. I'm gonna waste my human form for this, but Geronimo, here we go. Am I on the right side? Oh yes, that is. Yep, look at that, the telltale wooden metal sheet that leads us down to the cut third tower. Now, like the look at that, look at that. A window. You never see these windows up close. That's crazy. That's a new view for me. Look at that. Looks great. I like the look of it. And there's a red phantom mind flayer. Oh, great. Lovely. And this guy seems a little seems not over leveled. This is a secret area, the guy should be tough, but this guy seems to be a higher level than the other goblins in this level. I may just make a break for it. I may just make a break for it. Oh man, I should not be alive after that. Get me out of here. I see a flying gargoyle. I see a standing gargoyle. This, yeah. The unlit little fire pits here give off an eerie atmosphere, an eerie vibe. You always see them lit in the level proper. So seeing them extinguished here really gives this place that desolate, like scary 3-2 feeling. I like it. This is a ramp. This tower is wheelchair accessible. What are the lore implications of that, I wonder? Okay. Now, if the floor collision wasn't working properly in 1-2 where it was expected to, I hope it holds out here. I was dipping into the terrain a little bit, but it seems stable, it seems good. We're going high. This is the highest point. This is. You can see the Man-Eater's Arena right there. This is the highest. Oh, okay. And there's. Tell-All, right? Who is that? No, that's not Tell-All. And that seems to be a wholly new armor set. I love the color. I love the purple color to it. Very regal, very fitting of like someone from nobility, like Latria has. Quite handily defeated by a shield, it seems. I wish I had a weapon that dealt some more damage than mine. An appropriate weapon that dealt the right type of damage, maybe, I should say instead. We can go up here. Oh man, oh man. Just that. The pillar back there holding up the web of chains over the towered city and just those natural spires. They look like stalagmites. They look like this entire place is inside of a giant cave, even though it's out in the open. It's out in open air. We've arrived at the top. What treasure awaits us? Drake Knight. I know what I'm doing. Magic defense. Right, because it's blue. Magic defense. No, but it isn't. It isn't even like super broken magic defense like the flame plate. Ancient helmet, shimmering drake scales. Lightness. Improved stamina regen. That's gonna be broken with the Grass Crest shield I've got. Maybe? Is she following me up? I'm gonna see if I can equip maybe a more suitable weapon while I'm here. More dex for the Flamberge if I want to use it. I can two-hand the Greatsword. It's probably my best bet. Wow, and now this is this is a great new view of the level too. I mean, you can see the whole thing from up here. Just man. Now I wonder. No aiming with crossbows, but if there were a bow that could shoot that far, could we potentially gets distracted by chains? Could we potentially, like with the lava bow in the base game, you can shoot through the fog wall and kill man-eaters that way before they have a chance to fight back, before their AI is activated from you going into their boss room. You can actually take them out with the lava bow from the other side of the fog gate. I am kind of scared about how hard this guy is gonna hit. Oh, where'd he go? I hear his armor clanking about. Oh, look at that. Pure faint stone, wow. And the rune shield like Estrava's got. And shards of archstone. Ah, down the stairs. I see him. Oh, it doesn't hit that hard. This was an issue I had with the, is it a Black Phantom? What is it? What is it? With the Black Phantom fluted armor knight in 1-1 in the copy of the Mausoleum where you get the Verdite sword. He has a ton of health or possibly defense. He's quite tanky, but oh. She's gone. Right? It's a long way to go, but she should have hit the bottom by now. And anyway, let me finish my thought. The this enemy and the one in the copy of the Mausoleum in 1-1 they don't hit very hard. They have a lot of health. So it, yeah, there, finally. Can I reload the area to get her drops, possibly? They don't hit very hard, but they have a lot of health. So, it's not really a very engaging battle. They could stand to be tuned better, unless it's my system acting weird again. Custom brass set. That's where I've seen it before. It's got the little fin on the back, and it's got the purple. It reminded me of a fish when I first saw it here, because of the purple hue and the fin on the back. But yeah. Also, if possible, both that enemy in 1/1 that guards the Birdite Sword and this one at the top of the third tower, is there a way to make them bounce off of your shields less often? Because, is that a stat you can change? Because they are very easily countered by just using a shield. All of their blows bounce off, and you can hit them with an attack that deals extra damage due to them being in that stunned, just bounced off of a shield animation. Now I wonder if that NPC had like cool drops. Okay. Great Sword Rocks. I'm just gonna knock him off the bridge. Did that NPC have any drops that I missed out from causing her to fall down? I would like to know if I missed out on something significant. It's not in the Demon Souls spirit to know what you missed out on, but for the sake of exploring this mod, I would like to know. The halberd, but it's craftable. I'm assuming. Well, she's wearing the Drake Knight's armor, so it must be craftable using one of the dragon's souls, I would assume. Putting the pieces together there. I think I'm gonna Shard of Archstone out, which was probably the intention, given that you get 2 of them at the top of the tower. Ah, yeah. Similar to the other new added soul weapons. I should put in the effort to crafting at least one of them. Well, speaking about new stuff, right? Saint Urbane has a new Miracle Wind Cutter, which is an attack that the False King uses. It says it's a spell from his soul, but we can just learn it here for 5,000 souls. I'll get that, I'll try it out. And I am too addicted to the regen build in this game. I gotta have regen. I gotta get regeneration from this guy. Put away the flame plate for now. And I will take the Wriggling Demon Soul so I can learn regen from Saint Urbane. And I will take the Red Hot Demon Soul so I can craft boss weapons with Boldwin. 2 slots. I gotta level up my mind intelligence. What is it called? Maiden in Black. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Next to the Archstone, no doubt. Hanging out with Patches.
Thou see that
Intelligence. At least enough to get 2 spell memory. I
soul
gotta crush some soul. I gotta boringly stand here and crush soul items. In the way that you do in this game, you equip them to your items, expendable items slots, and you use them one by one. Big to small, let's go.
that soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel.
Okay,
Let's
and we can
track
try
the
out
mind so
Windcutter,
the world might be made.
and I can
So the world might be made.
just spend. I'll get one more level. I'll get one more.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
I'll get one. Right? Annoying, right? I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one more level.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
Was it not 24? 26. Well, I said I would do one more, so I'm only gonna do one more. I will. I am too scared to fight the man-eaters, but 3-2 is basically done. Oh sheesh, it's already been a bit, hasn't it? I think they may respawn. Not sure if I have that working. Okay, so maybe I'll go back and hunt them off stream to get that halberd. But for now, I think I'm pretty well satisfied. This can be this can be a stream where I don't kill any bosses and just get the shortcuts in 1-3 and 3-2. And we'll call it there. I'll probably stream again soon, next week by the latest. Thank you very much for joining me, Sir Awesome. Yes, it was great fun talking with you and streaming. I hope we can do it again sometime. You have a good afternoon, evening, morning, depending on where you are. And I'll see you next time. Later.